And we're back on the show with our last guest of the day. We've got Segun Akinsanya joining us here on the show.
Wow.
Segun.
What a nice name, Segun Akinsanya.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's nice. Love
there
that
he
name.
is. He looks good on TV, huh?
Yeah. He's kind of playing with the chair.
Yes, I'm spinning. I don't spin. I'll stop spinning.
Okay. Segun, so let's just talk. Okay, so you're here. We're doing a big thing here today, right?
Yeah, we're doing
the
an information session. Information session.
Information.
I said it weird on purpose.
What the heck is an information?
Nothing. It's just information session.
Oh, see, you fooled me.
Here at the station, the information station.
Yeah, we're just doing that, having some people come by, you know, try to get up ynation.tv.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So what are you trying to do?
We're working on a new project. With Segun and the Bright Future Alliance, right?
Yeah, get some young people involved.
So let's talk about this project. I know you know all about it, Segun. Just give us the vision here. Give us the mission.
The mission? What's the mission? The mission is to have young people create media that promotes social justice, positivity, and creates platforms that they can be employed, learn life skills, and get on a better track in life.
Exactly.
Wow, that's amazing.
That was simplified, eh? I did that really well.
Well, see, that was just right off the top of your head, right? It's the way it's got to be.
That shows how passionate you are. If it comes that naturally, it's that second nature to you.
Yeah,
you don't even think about it.
He's been forcing me to say it every day for like 3 weeks now. TV.
Because you keep forgetting to. Anyways, it's because that's what it is. We're creating, because we're really trying to create real opportunities for young people. Because as we were just talking about with Sean, you know, there is a lack of economic activity, not only for new Canadians, but for disenfranchised Canadians, and probably for Canadians in general.
So I mean, this is not even focusing on ethnic. This is just focusing on youth.
Yeah, it's focusing on youth that are almost disconnected, you know what I mean? They won't have these access to opportunities. So you wouldn't have a youth from Forest Hill participate because they wouldn't be able to gain as much as a youth that's maybe from one of the priority neighborhoods, or maybe that's just a newcomer that doesn't have that social awareness that you guys discussed, you know? So
okay, so walk me through this. What does this look like for me? Let's say I'm a young kid who comes from not Forest Hill.
What did it look like? It looks like depending on the project. So right now what we're trying to do is pilot a conversation with just people that are really disconnected, the farthest from opportunities, and just trying to understand the issues of health, education, justice, and how those perpetrate violence in different capacities. But the issue is in that we're trying to get to the core of is people do this all the time, have conversations on TV all the time and street interviews. But the problem is that the people that want to have the conversations and need to have the conversations aren't safe to have the conversations. So you need to do it anonymously. And how do you do that? So we need to connect to where they're at to have an anonymous conversation so it can be candid and real.
No, wait, why don't they feel safe to have those conversations?
I think for a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons is one, that the police may take the information and try to use it against them. Two, I think in their own community, if people knew that they were sharing this information, that may be a problem. Three, it could...
No, the information being, because you said conversation, right?
Yeah, so the information being like, for example, why health? People think about health, you think about mental and physical health. So let's go into mental health. A lot of young people that are disconnected suffer from mental health post-traumatic situations because, one, you have a lot of situations where it's young people raising young people. Two, you have a lot of situations where it's a single mother and then the father may be gone somewhere else. Three, what does that do? What type of environment are they living? What are they thinking on a day-to-day basis? How is that affecting them? And then three, how do they connect with the outer community, and how do they even want to connect to the outer community? So those mental issues also come into play when now their mom's crying because there's no food, or maybe there's an abusive stepfather in the situation, or maybe education is not happening right. People don't want to give people their sob stories, like even safe personally to say this is who I am, right? And this is what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Safety is a big thing.
Okay. And as we talked about with Sean too, I mean, what we were talking about was a lot of people coming into the country and not feeling part of the Canadian mainstream for whatever reason. Maybe they get into ghettoized communities, or they don't have the kind of opportunities. They don't feel part of the Canadian culture, and therefore they feel disconnected from the Canadian culture.
And I think the word Canadian culture, I was listening to that conversation, it's confusing to even define Canadian culture.
I don't think there is one.
Yeah, there isn't. I remember doing my class at U of T, and we were having that conversation, and there really isn't that one connector. The actual connector that the government tried to create was hockey as a cultural connector, and it is a cultural connector to homeborn Canadians, right? But then the issue is that they moved into this multiculturalism aspect and bringing all these people over, bringing all these people into Canada. So how do they react, and how do they support and continue to grow Canada as a multicultural society, which it really is not, because only you have Vancouver and Toronto that are really multicultural, and then everything outside of that isn't multicultural. So I think it's almost a facade of Canadian culture, and do we really want a Canadian culture? And if we were to have a Canadian culture, what would be the connector? I think that's for the new era, the new youth group, to define that and to set up a movement that kind of gives it that life. And personally, I don't think it's going to be a local movement. I think it's going to be more of an international movement, because I think Canada is more of that peace connector, and the youth are going to take to that and try to be those peace connectors, if anything.
Exactly. And so that's what we're creating, right?
That's what we're incubating.
Yes, we are.
I love that word.
And what's the name of it? See, yeah.
Y Nation, no, Youth Nation, and it's a TV channel.
Yeah.
Incubated, beautiful word, eh?
It is a beautiful word. It's a real active word.
It is.
So we're gonna we better wrap the show up and get busy on it, because that's what we're doing today. But we're gonna be looking for that
you have
website.
Your work cut out for you, though.
We're gonna be looking for that website at ynation.tv, right?
Yes, and yeah, the work is. I don't know. I wouldn't say it work. I would say it's just more of a journey.
Yeah.
It's more of a journey, step by step. Everything will just fall into place, and we'll see everything accelerate.
So how did you get so, I mean, you're so well-spoken.
Thank you.
You're so articulate.
Thank you.
You're so clear, and you're so passionate. How did you get so wise and passionate and driven? I'm really moved by you.
That's a story in itself. A basic outline of me is I grew up disconnected, fell through the cracks, really fell through the cracks, got into a lot of big things.
Like bad things?
Yeah,
okay.
I almost died. I got stabbed in my head.
Wow.
And got into altercation, which unfortunately something happened. I got incarcerated. I did a lot of time incarceration, and then in there I had my epiphany. Decided I wanted to create a youth program. Said I'm going to do that. Wow. Came out, got the funding from the city, from Laidlaw, from.
How did you do that? How did you do that?
I came out of prison with a 60-page manual of how to do a program for young people.
Wow.
So I had that, and that I used that as kind of like just to share it, show people I have that. I'm already working on it, and what actually started to happen was.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah, so what actually started to happen was.
Hold on,
technical issues.
Just stick it in there.
It just clips in. Or just hold it when you talk.
Got it. Got it. So.
No, okay. So you spent a lot of time incarcerated.
Yeah.
You came out with a 60-page manual.
Yeah.
And then how'd you get funded?
So if you ever heard of the Remix Project and some different things, I got involved in a lot of programs in the city. I lived out in King City when I first came out, and I did a Muay Thai program out in Richmond Hill, and then we were doing Muay Thai movies, and we moved in. Then we got.
What's Muay Thai?
Muay Thai is a martial arts.
Okay.
It's a brutal martial arts.
A brutal martial arts.
Yeah, it's a more brutal version of martial arts. They use their elbows and stuff like that.
Okay.
But we didn't do that. The kids were just like learning different things. Then that springboarded, got 5,000. That turned into a cooking program at Palmer Court, Victoria Park in Eglinton. Got 35, that turned into another program.
Wow.
And then the city jumped on, did a little documentary. Then we did celebrity panels. I did a lot of school workshops.
No Dragon's Den on there, right?
No. We were just connecting to local artists and just getting the young people to connect to listen to their story and feel connected to that process. I burnt out in 2011. I had to stop. Got a job at a legal clinic. I work in the courts now, and I create community programs. I still had some funding left. I said, I came out, connected to my different people, met Hugh, told him what I was still planning. I brought together a world of my resources, people that I knew, to kind of get some ideas and feel off it. Then Hugh was like, let's do a television show. I was reluctant because media, I get angry at it because of all the people I know that are in media.
But that's how you transform it.
Exactly, right? So I gave in. I said, yeah, let's do it. It's been a hell of a ride since then, and now we're just...
Sounds like your whole life has been a hell of a ride, actually. Wow, you are so inspirational. I'm so glad you shared this, because for all those people who are afraid to come forward, with what you just shared, you've probably eased a lot of people and made them feel a lot more comfortable about speaking about their story.
Hey, that's a blessing in itself.
Wow, that's amazing. And you're in school too. You said you're in university, or you went to university?
Yeah, I'm at U of T right now studying human geography, and I'm going to probably go into some visual media.
Wow. Hugh's influence?
Yes, Hugh's influence.
Wow, how amazing. That just sounds like an amazing project. Good job.
Thank you.
Wow.
And in the meantime, what's the website for Bright Future Alliance?
It's brightfuturealliance.com, but don't go there because I locked everybody off.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just for now.
Yeah, because it's just transforming stage, right? You know, we want to. This is where we want to transform it.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow,
Great.
awesome
Segun,
job.
thanks for coming on the show.
Such an honor to meet you.
Thank you.
What a wonderful young man.
Okay, so let's wrap it up.
Wow, that's the youth. Wow, that just makes me feel so good about this country.
Exactly.
Wow.
The address for the Generation Y.
Oh yeah, why?
Ynation.tv.
Ynation.tv.
It ain't up yet. It's my job.
That's his job. He said it. Said it clearly.
So maybe it should be called procrastination. Not
PU.
why.
Well, you're getting good at the comedy stuff there, Sandra. You're like a regular comedian. Okay, I got a video here. And that's it for the show, by the way.
Awesome
right?
show!
Awesome. We got some video, though, of apparently there's a UFO has been seen refueling by the sun. We've got video.
I think they're going to fund the Y Nation.
Well, let's hope so, because that's what we need. Okay, here it is. And we'll see you next time here on ThatChannel.com.